Namaste. So we are now going to look at how the guNitAksharams are written. So guNitAksharam is the combination of a vyanjanam and a swaraha. So in the sound sequence, it is first the vyanjanam and then the swaraha. So if you take the word Ramaha, the word Ra is a guNitAksharam where the R consonant is followed by the A sound. So in devanAgarI, we get one written symbol for every such pairing of a vyanjanam and a swaraha, and that is called a guNitAksharam. So we are now going to do this guNitAksharam sequence. We are going to do it for one swaraha at a time, one set at a time. So we will now do it for the a. So I'm going to write the swaraha that we are doing the guNitAksharam for. So we are going to do a, am, aha, aha. So for the consonants that I'm going to take, I will first address the ka vyanjanam. So if I took the ka vyanjanam, okay, I think I have some extra lines in between. So hopefully we have all the lines that we need. All right, so I'm going to take the ka vyanjanam. So I'm going to write the pure vyanjanam, which is with the hal. So this ka, strictly speaking, when you remove that hal, you will get your a sound. I'm going to use the red letter for it. So just removing the hal will give you the a sound. And if you want the a, just as we have done for the swaraha, we just have to add an extra vertical line and we will get the a sound. Similarly, for the we do the vyanjanam without the hal. So we now have the ka, and then I'm going to add an anuswaraha on top, kam. Similarly, calm. And likewise, I write the ka with the two dots next to it, which is the visargaha, and that gives us kaha. And similarly, ka, I write the ka and the visargaha, which gives us the kaha. So we have ka, ka, kam, kam, kaha, kaha. So I'm going to use, instead of just doing it for the ka family, ka vargaha, I'm going to ka class. I'm going to do, because we've learnt all the consonants, I'm going to do randomly different svaraha, different vyanjanani. Okay. The next one I'm going to take is jha. Sorry, I should have written the, let me rewrite the jha. All right, with the hal. So now for the jha sound, it is going to be without the hal. So if we remove the hal, we get the a guNitAksharam, and then to that we add an extra vertical line, and that gives us jha. And now I'm going to do jham and jham. Jha, and jhaha. Okay, so for the next consonant, for the next vyanjanam, I'm going to take na. The reason for the na is that it has an extra vertical line. So what would happen to that? Really nothing much. We just have to add yet another vertical line. That is all. So I'm writing the na, n with a hull, and then for the guNitAksharam, it is going to be na without the hull. An extra line gives us na. Na with an anuswaraha gives nam. Na with the extra line na and the anuswaraha gives us nam. And this is naha. And naha. Okay, so we have ka, jha, na, and let me use the, for the next vyanjanam, let me take the na aksharam. So this is na with a hull, and now I'm going to do na. That circle became a little too big. Na, nam, nam, nah, naha. So we have ka, jha, na, na. And for the last one, let me take the la. Let me take the consonant vyanjanam la. So this would be la with the hull, and then the guNitAksharam would be la, la, lam, lam, lah, laha. So with this we have learned how to do the a, aha, aha sounds, and we will see how these are used in Aditya Hridayam very shortly. Now we are going to see how the combination happens with the e svarAH. So let me write e. I'm giving that much room because sometimes the consonants are not of the same width. Okay, so e. Even the svarAHs are not of the same width. Im, im, ihi, ihi. I'm going to redo this because the modification for the e is going to take more. It's going to be bigger, so I need to give more room. So let me rewrite e, im, Eem, ihi, ihi. Okay, so let us pick again different consonants. I'm going to take vyanjanani. So I'm going to take kha. This is my kha, k with the hull. So for the key, I will first write the kha, and then without the hull it is a kha. But now I'm going to add an umbrella. I'll start from this vertical line and do an umbrella and bend and go. Okay, I went too far left. It should not be that far left. And it should not be too close either. Okay, so this is key. And the temptation will be to write the vertical line first. You can do that once you have become aware of once you've become aware of how to write. But till then, you please make a habit of writing the letter and then making the modification on it. Okay, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to do the key. So for the key, I'm going to write it on the because the modification happens to the right. Okay, so I have written the kha, and then I go to the top of this and then add an umbrella going right. That is key. I would like my lines to be aligned with the existing horizontal line. Okay, so this is ki and key. Similarly, now for Kim, the process is simple. You write the kha, convert it into a key. I would also like the umbrella to touch the top vertical line so that we have a consistent shape. And then I'm going to add the anuswaraha, and that is Kim. And Keem. Kihi. And Kihi. Sadhu. Now the next one I'm going to do is the letter Cha. So that is Cha with a hull. So I'm now going to do. So for Chi, we know that we need to have given room to the left for a vertical line. Chi. And then for the Chi, it is going to be modification to the right. Chim. Cheem. Chihi. As I said, I would like the umbrella to touch the top line. Okay. Chihi. So we have chi, chi. Oh, for the chi, I didn't touch. I'm going to erase this alone and I will do the umbrella. As you know that this is not how I want it to be. I want it to have been treated as an entire unit. Okay. Then for the next consonant, I'm going to use ta or maybe da. with the hull. So that is D. Then we are going to do the guNitAkSharANi. It is going to be D, D. Make sure that the D ends not at the 6 o'clock position but at the 7 o'clock position. D, D. That became too curved. Okay. Dim. Deem. Dihi. Kshamyatam. Dihi. Dihi. All right. So then for the next one, I'm going to take the Mahaprana Tha. As you know, for the Tha, the horizontal line should not touch on the top. So we will see how that gets written. Okay, so it's going to be without the I'm going to rewrite it. Without the hull, it is, we are doing thi. All right. So I'll go to the top of that line and then I will add the umbrella. But then I will now draw horizontal line, break the horizontal line and continue. This is thi. And this is thi. Thim. Theme. So there's no need to put one horizontal line to the left of the th. Depending on the word, it will happen or it won't happen. Okay, thim, theme. Then thihi, thihi. Very good. Then for the last consonant, I'm going to pick va. So that is va with a hull, v. Then for the consonants, it is going to, for the guNitAksharam, it is going to be v. You see how the modifications are all similar. V, V. Vim. Veem. Vihi. Vihi. So in the case of na, sha and ga, I probably should have taken one of them in, for example here. That extra vertical line is what will be your anchor. For the E, you will start from that extra vertical line. For the E also you will start from the extra vertical line. Like how we have seen for the K. Okay, we are now going to see how it is for oo, oo. So again, I'm going to leave room so that we know how the modification happens with the when added to the vyanjanam. So I have oo, oo, क्षम्यताम्, uhu, uhu. I'm first going to start with the special letter r, ra. So, because that has a different modification for the u, u. So far for a, I, it works fine. Ru, ra is different from all the other letters. So I'm going to do that first and then we will see the other modifications. So for ru alone, it is going to be, for u, it will be one curve at the belly. Then for ru, it will be a circle and a curve. That is ru. Rum, room, ruhu, ruhu. So this is the modification for the ra. For all the others, the modification will happen at the bottom. Okay, so we will now take ga. So for the ga consonant, as you know, there is already an extra vertical line. So for the guNitAksharam, the curve will be at the bottom, but it will be at the bottom of the vertical line. So that is gu. So for the gu, I'm going to do one circle and then diagonally come down to the bottom. Gu, gu. Gum. Goom. You should have a habit of writing the anuswaraha or the visargaha first before writing the horizontal line, because that is how it would be in a word. You should finish the sound and the horizontal line will be for the whole word. Okay, so we now have for ga. Then the next consonant I'm going to take is another exception, which is the curve. So I'm going to take the ta. So you finish the ta, make sure you finish it at 5 o'clock and not at 6 o'clock. So this is the t with a hull. Now for the two, we have to make sure that the curve is not continuous. So you start a little bit, make it visible, make the start of that curve visible so that it is identifiable as a two and not a disproportionate da. To, two. Tum, tomb. And as you can see, the oo mark should not look like a hull. That is why that circle at the top is very essential. So tum, tomb. Tuhu, tuhu. Okay, I'm going to pick another consonant. We have ra, ga, ta. I'm going to pick sa. Then there's not much different between the sa for gu or tu, but I've just chosen to pick sa. So the modification will happen at the bottom of the vertical line. Su, su. Sum. Sum. Suhu. Suhu. Okay. Now for the next vyanjanam, I am going to take Mahaprana dha. You know that dha also doesn't touch on top, so we will make sure that we exercise that. Okay, so I have the dh with a hal. Then I'm going to write dhu, dhu. The line kind of touched, so I'm going to redo the line. Dhum, dhoom, dhuhu, dhuhu. Okay. We will now look at the r modification. Now the r svarAH is kind of longer, it meaning it is wider than other letters, but its modification is not as intricate as the svarAH itself. Okay, r, rum, rum, rh, rh. Okay, I am now going to take the first consonant I am going to take is Mahaprana G. With the hal. I'm not sure if I have already done it. So this should not, there should be a gap. I'm going to redo my G. There should be a certain incline to it. It should not be horizontal nor should it be vertical. Okay, so this is G. Now we are going to write the modifications. So for the gr, it's going to be one, it is going to be the flip of what we did for u. So gr is one curve at the bottom, and for gr, it is going to be two curves. So it is the same space, it is just that we have to adjust the size of it. Okay, so this is grim, Grum, grh, and grh. The next consonant I'm going to take is the j. And as you can tell, it is straightforward. So this is jr, jr, jrum, jrum, jrh, jrh. There will be a tendency to write the bowl, the dip of the j, to be very small. It should not be. It should be generous, big, and visible. Of course, it should not connect the top line or the bottom line, but it should be big enough to be clearly visible. Okay, so we have g, j, j. Then for the next one, I am going to use d. So, dr, just like I said for the, as I had said for the t, same thing for the, and the u for the d also. So we should make sure that it is not mistaken to be a modification. Drum, drum, drh, something happened there. Drh. Okay. Then I'm going to use the ta. So this is ta. And now we will do tr, tr, trum, trum, trh, trh. So there are some sounds for which this ends up being a little confusing. So the next letter I'm going to take is the. Even in the print font, it is a confused print font, but when you all write, you may please write it very clearly and distinctively. Okay. So dr. Dr, dr. That became a little disproportionate. Let me rewrite that. Drum, drum, drh, drh. In some print font, they have gotten rid of this intermediate vertical line, which makes it look like two tars sitting on top of each other, which is actually wrong. But that is how some print fonts are. But you please write, make sure that you include that vertical line when you write. Sometimes I think that the person who gave us the print font really did not either know devanAgarI or was not using it regularly. Okay, so now we will move on to the next one. We will now see how the A modification happens. As you know, the A sound does not have an antler, and it is only in dirgha, long format. It doesn't have the hrasva format. So A, aim, A. All right. So we will pick a few consonants like we have been doing before. I'm going to pick B, and Bay. I'm going to write the B, and then I'm going to add an antler on top and then add a horizontal line. That is Bay. Bame. Behe. Next consonant is going to be Mahaprana Bha. And I'm going to do Bhe, Bhem, Bhehe. The next consonant again is going to be Ma. M. Me, Meme, Mehe. And now I'm going to take Sha, Shankara Sha. And it would be the antler on the extra vertical line. She, shame, shehe. Then let me take the H consonant. With the hull. He, him, he. Well, the bottom line is a little bigger, so the the tail of the swan became too big, but that is okay. That's Hey. Okay, with this we complete the A sound. We are now going to see the I sound. So I, even though it is not connected to the A, is a modification of the A. So for the A, you have an antler. For the A, you don't have an antler. For I, you have an antler. But for the A guNitAksharam, you added an antler. And here for the I guNitAksharam, we are actually going to add two antlers. So it will be a little confusing. But if you figure out, take the time to figure out, Kshamyatam, to figure out what the modifications are, then you will not be confused at all. Okay, so the first consonant I'm going to take is Pa. Let me rewrite it. So for pi, it will be two antlers. Pi. Paim. Paihi. Then I'm going to choose, so we've done ka, cha, ya. Let me do ya. So that is the ya. And so yai, yaihi. For the ya, you know that it should touch on top. Not only that, this starting curve should be visible. If you don't put the starting curve, then it might even be mistaken to be a pa. If those curves are not there, it could be mistaken to be a pa. Yaihi. Okay, so we have done pa, ya. So we've done ya, ra, la, va. We've done sha. Let me do sha. Sha is similar to pa with the diagonal, right? Let me. Okay, so that is sh. And now we have shy, oh, I wrote over not paying attention. I did not do the I'm. I did for yaim, I didn't do yaim. Okay, similarly, I was going to do the same mistake for shy. Okay, so I have shy, shine, shaihi. So you write the sha and then you convert it with the two antlers and make it the shai, and then you add the visarga. That would be the sequence to write the letters. Okay, so what else do we have that has not been touched so far? Ka, kha, ga, gha, cha, cha. We've not written cha, I think. So let us do cha. So that is ch. So, oh, kshamyatam, I needed to change the color. Okay, so, and once you have started writing, you will realize that writing is very easy and writing is also enjoyable. Writing can be therapeutic, it can be dhyanam, meditative. All right. It is not a pain, it is not a torture. Just enjoy, take the time to do the writing, and you will enjoy it. Okay, so we have cha, cha, ja, ja, ta, tha. Let us do tha. So ta, there is no, it is not a big deal when changes are made at the top. The issue was only when we had to make a change at the bottom. So change at the bottom is the hull, the u, the r, and the r. Okay. So we have got the I sounds taken care of. We are now going to look at the modification for the O. And the O modification is as logical as the svarAH itself. So for the svarAH, we added an A, and then we added an extra line, made it an A, and then we added an antler. Similarly, for the consonants also, we will be doing the same thing, which is converting it into an A modification and then adding an antler. O, Om, Oho. So we've done ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. Let me take the Mahaprana pa. We've not done that sound so far. So this is the pa. So the guNitAksharam for it will be po, pom, and poho. I should not have fixed it like that. Okay, it can be a little long, it should not come all the way to the floor. Okay, then I am going to write, take the ng consonant. Whether those sounds occur or not, we need to know that if the sound exists, then the modification exists. So, ngo, ngom, ngoho. Then we've done all of ka, we've not done the nya of the cha family, so we will do that. This is nya. So I convert it into an a, nyo, nyom, nyoho. So the same rules apply even for samyuktaksharani. So I am now going to take the samyuktaksharam ksha. It itself looks like a distinct vyanjanam, but we know that it is a different aksharam. So I'm going to write that Samyuktaksharam, I'm using the different color just to highlight that it is a Samyuktaksharam, but all modifications will be similar. Ksho, Kshom, Kshoho. And then we will do another Samyuktaksharam, which is Diya. That is the Diya. So we will now modify that Diya. We should not forget that it is a Samyuktaksharam. Okay, so Diya, Dyo. Dyom. Let me rewrite that. Dyoho. We are now going to do the modification for the OW sound. So we have, it is similar to what we did for the O. OW, Aum, Auhu. Okay, so I'm going to do a few more of the guNitAksharams. Let us say we have T, P and T, and they don't have any fixed guNitAksharam format. So what we would do is we would write the P, and then without completing it, we will attach the T to it, and that is the Pt sound. Oh, and the horizontal line goes across. So for this, I'm going to write the OW modification. Since this is a guNitAksharam, I'm going to do the purple color. So that is the P. I'm sorry, since this is a Samyuktaksharam, I'm doing the purple color. Ptau. Ptaum. And Ptauhu. Okay, so what is the next Samyuktaksharam we are going to find? Let us do so we've done Ksha, let us do Tra. Tra will look like as though it is the first part of the R svarAH. It can also be written this way. I'm sorry, this way. Okay, it can be written in either of those formats. I will use the first format. Okay, so we have Trau, Traum, and Trauhu. Then the next I'm going to do is Sra. This Sra is many times confused to be Stra. So I want us to know what is Sra, and what Sra is, you write a Sa and then you put that stroke for the Ra. So it is not Stra. We will do the Stra also right next to it. Okay, so this is Sr. meaning it is a sra but without the a sound. All right. So as a samyuktaksharam, it will become srau, sraum, and srauhu. Okay, then the next consonant we are going to use is next samyuktaksharam we will use, as I said, will be stra. So for stra, it will be the s and the tra. So you see, it has to have the horizontal, one line for the s, one line for the t, and one line for the r. It needs all the three lines. Only then it is a stra. Otherwise, it is a sra. Okay, so now we will do stra. Strau, let me redo that. Straum, and strauhu. So the next samyuktaksharam I am going to take is where the ra is the first sound of a samyuktaksharam. So I am going to do irpa. So I will write the p and then I'll put the hook on top of the r. That is irpa. And if I put the hal, it is irp, as in sarpaha. So now we will do that as a samyuktaksharam with the modifications. So it is going to be, so I will first write the pa and then I will make it into a p, irpa, and then I will add the two antlers. So, oh, I did irpai. So let me redo that. It came out beautifully, but I did irpai. Okay, so now I'm going to do the r, and then the two antlers should continue to come to the same vertical line. So this is rpau. Then similarly, I'm going to first do the rpa, and then I'm going to add one antler and the second antler, and that is rpaum. I'm going to write the pa, I'm going to make it into a pa, I'm going to add an antler, I'm going to add au, and this is irpauhu. Okay, bahu samichinam.